All right, folks, let's dive into this Oregon USC recap from last night in Autzen Stadium. Oregon comes away with a convincing 42 to 27 win over USC, improving to 10 and 1 overall and 7 and 1 in the Big 10, while USC drops to 8 and 3 and 6 and 2. It was a game that started tight. USC struck first 8-yard TD pass from Jaden Mayava to Makai Lemon. Jacoby Lane had some really nice catches on that drive as well, but Oregon quickly answered, tying it back up with Jordan Davison rush and then pulling ahead for good on a Kenyon Sadiq touchdown catch from Dante Moore. By halftime, the Ducks were up 28 to 14, thanks in part to a massive 85-yard punt return touchdown by Malik Benson. They kept the pressure on in the second half, adding two more scores, including another Sadiq touchdown and Noah Whittington rushing score to seal it. But before we get any further, please do like and subscribe here to the Big Ten Huddle. Helps us create more great content for Oregon by letting us know you're watching, as we love to make videos about Big Ten, every single Big Ten team. But for sure, we like to cater to the teams who are, or like the fans of the teams who are going to watch us the most and show us the most love. So let's get back to the game, though. As one thing that should jump out to everyone watching Oregon here in November is how they are embodying this conference, the Big Ten Conference gritty identity, the line of scrimmage identity, while blending it with the West Coast flair they've brought over with them as well from the Pac-12. Just a couple years ago, Oregon's offensive line was banged up. Isaiah World limited with his ankle. Poncho, the center, out early with a lower body issue. Alex Harkey was in and out in this game, but their depth showed whatever you want to call it. It showed through. Redshirt freshman Fox Crater steps in for his first start at left tackle and doesn't miss one of those two. At left tackle, doesn't miss a beat, out snapping World and helping protect Moore all day. No sacks allowed. That's huge against the USC front that's been disruptive. Charlie Picard, a fifth-year senior walk-on, slides in at center and steadies the ship, even with a couple false starts. Kawika Rogers fills in at right tackle seamlessly when they needed him. Dan Lanning calls it strength in numbers, and it's spot on. All right. In the Big Ten, where physicality rules, the kind of plug and play resilience is what separates contenders from pretenders, and it all comes from the head man, the offensive line coach, Alik Terry. I mean, he has been a fantastic offensive line coach for these Oregon Ducks, and at my money, he's the best offensive line coach in the country. All right. Think about how teams like Ohio State and Michigan have grinded through injuries this season. Oregon's doing the same thing now. Indiana too. They've grinded through it with their wide receivers and some of them. Those players. Oregon's doing the same things now, and it's allowed them to dominate the run game. 179 yards on 41 carries, averaging 4.4 yards per carry. And when you talk about the ground attack, you can't not mention Noah Whittington, who was a beast with 19 carries for 104 yards, a touchdown, in his third 100-yard game in 5 outings. He forced missed tackles, broke off 5 runs of 10 plus yards or more, or 10 yards or more, and kept drives alive. Jordan Davison chipped in 50 yards in a score, and even Bryce Bocher punched in a 1-yard TD run. I think they had like 5 defensive players on that snap all together. USC did manage, 52 rushing yards on 28 attempts, but that's less than 2 yards per carry. Oregon's defense stuffed them repeatedly with only 2 first downs on the ground. That's some awesome Big Ten defense, controlling the line of scrimmage, forcing opponents into obvious passing situations. Linebacker Bryce Bocher led with 13 tackles. Mateo Uyunglele added a sack and 2 quarterback hurries, and the unit as a whole racked up 6 tackles for loss. They didn't overwhelm with pressure, only 1 sack, but they hurried Mayava 5 times and broke up 5 passes. The disruption was key in this game. The secondary was tested by USC's big play receivers, Jacoby Lane, who had 6 catches for 108 yards, and Tinnick Hines, who had 6 for 141 and a touchdown, held up when it mattered most. Jaden Kennedy and Iffy each grabbed interceptions, turning potential USC momentum into Ducks possessions. In a conference full of stout fronts like Michigan and Iowa, Oregon's ability to eliminate the run and force 43 pass attempts from Maava, who threw for 306 yards but had 2 picks, shows they're built for November in the Big Ten. Don't sleep on the special teams, and also don't sleep on this team as a national championship contender either. I still see people question them here, there, all these different places. Do not question this Oregon team. All right. With the play here in November, the special teams, everything else, they are excelling right now, winning the hidden yards, winning the seen yards, everything else. Benson's punt return touchdown was electric, flipping the field on the score, or flipping the scoreboard. USC's penalties, like a kickoff out of bounds and a punt catch interference, gave Oregon favorable field position that led directly to 14 points, and the Ducks capitalized on every single mistake USC made, including USC's missed 27-yard field goal at the end of the half. They dominated the middle 8 minutes around halftime, right? 4 minutes before halftime, 4 minutes after halftime. It was opportunistic football, situational football. That is that kind of football that wins close games in this league. At quarterback, Dante looked poised, 22 of 30 for 257 yards, 2 touchdowns, only 1 pick, and had a rating of 160.6. He hit Kenyon Sadiq 6 times for 72 yards, and both scores he hit him on as well, including a beautiful 28-yard shot in the third. Moore's decision-making was sharp, especially on first down, where Oregon averaged 4.7 yards per play overall. USC's Maava had flashier numbers, 25 of 43 for 306 yards and 3 touchdowns, but the interceptions and the constant pressure wore him down. Kenyon Sadiq emerged as a huge mismatch nightmare, as he does against pretty much every single team that they play against. He was converting on third downs, blocking really well in the run game with receivers like DeCorian Moore and Gary Bryant Jr. out in this game. Sadiq's reliability was key, showing Oregon's offense has layers, and overall, this win cements Oregon as not just a Big Ten contender, obviously. I mean, they'll need some help with Michigan beating Ohio State, but a national championship contender. They've adapted quickly to the conference. They adapted quickly after losing Evan Stewart, losing some wide receivers, still being able to play well. Dante Moore, not a lot of people believed in him coming out of UCLA, but the matter of fact is they had 14 explosive plays here in this game. Timely, impactful. Heading into Washington next week, a win locks up a playoff spot when they probably get in anyway, but still, maybe even the Big Ten title game if Michigan can beat Ohio State. But Laney's squad isn't just surviving the move, they're thriving with a complete performance that stacks up against any top team in the league. Exciting times in Eugene right now. Keep your eye on the depth and the balance of this Ducks team, as they are a serious national championship contender. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about these Ducks? What chance do you give them to win the national championship? Greater than 5, greater than 20, 50 or more? Let me know your thoughts. Would love to hear from you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good one.